What's going on, guys? Team sheet news. Thomas Partey looks like he's out and Maitland-Niles is in. So you've got a midfield consisting of Maitland-Niles, Sambi, Smith Rowe and Saka. So the back four and the goalkeeper kind of stays where it is, and up front stays where it is as well. I'm not sure actually what the news is on Thomas Partey, whether he's being rested or whether they feel like this is a game that they can leave someone like him out. I think if it works well, then that's a good decision and they win. But you've got to think about the fact that Arteta's probably thinking ahead to the Liverpool game. So that's probably why they've left Thomas Partey out. Strange, because we talk about Maitland-Niles as being the person that he is and he needs to play more. And so let's see what he can do today. I think it'd be important for him to get ahead and show what he can do, and the fact that Partey's not going to be there. How much is the team going to miss Thomas Partey in the middle though? Because he's been so pivotal for the team in terms of what they've been able to do, offering that leadership to Sambi as well. So I'm going to be a little bit worried about that. So I'll meet you guys later and I'll catch up with you guys soon. Arsenal hasn't pressed a lot from the top end, and I think the intensity of the game is very low because of that. Smith Rowe for half an hour really didn't get involved in the game, and when he got the ball he was being safe with it. Saka's been losing the ball in possession as well, but I think with Smith Rowe towards the end of the half you started seeing him pick up the ball and running at the defence, which is really where Arsenal's energy comes from, and that has been missing in abundance in the first half. But as soon as Smith Rowe started getting the game by the scruff of the neck, Arsenal started to look more assertive. But I think that is going to be hugely dependent on how this team works in the second half. Maitland-Niles has been really good in the midfield, but just a couple of players really sloppy in possession. We need to play the ball a little bit quicker in order for us to increase that intensity, and until that happens you're not really going to see much. But there's only really one team playing in this game, so I expect Arsenal to bring it home, and I'll speak to you guys at full time. What's going on, guys? Arsenal win 1-0 against Watford. Mama said there was going to be days like this where you ain't going to play well, but you have to come out with the result. And this isn't the first time that's happened. Games like Norwich, games like Burnley, and Burnley's always a tough game to go up to Turf Moor and win. But Arsenal get their 3 points today, and that's all that really matters. At the end of the day, guys, today was just a little bit of a mess, and it started off with the preparation. They were bringing you that type of intensity in the first half, and then it just fell off a little bit. A lot of players weren't at their best today. Lacazette looked a little bit lethargic. Aubameyang just wasn't at the races, missed the penalty, didn't have to touch that Odegaard shot, which would have led to a goal and got in the middle of that. On another day it could have been 3 or 4-0 to Arsenal, but it just was going to be a sloppy game today. The midfield, I thought, really battled and held their own. Big shout out to Sambi. Maitland-Niles had a fantastic game in the middle of the park. The game was crying out for Odegaard, so the substitutions were spot on as well. Odegaard came in, showed that positional football that you needed in the middle of the park. But it was Smith Rowe at half-time. I spoke to you guys and I said they have to get him forward. They have to get Smith Rowe involved in the game, and they did exactly just that. On 56 minutes, he comes in at the edge of the box, which he always has done. And remember, I talk about midfielders always placing the ball into the corner, bottom or top left of the post, and he comes in and does that. Plenty of times you've seen players hit the ball straight at the goalkeeper, bang in the middle. Smith Rowe chooses his spot, he tucks it into the corner, and Arsenal go up 1-0. Very frustrating though, because it could have been a lot more than that. But Watford hadn't kept clean sheets in the last 20 games. For Smith Rowe, he's been involved in 6 goals in his last 6 games now. That's 4 goals, 2 assists. And remember 3 years ago when I talked about him being that new Aaron Ramsey, these things look like it's coming to pass. This guy is a player who just consistently keeps on bringing his goals, assists, and he's racking up the stat sheet now. Second highest goal scorer in the team after 11 games. That is a good place to be as a 20-year-old in the team, and his value is just going up and up and up. Arsenal now, guys, tied West Ham in the table, 20 points, and they look like they're on top of Man United as well. I know that game's coming up pretty soon, but the Liverpool game is going to tell us everything we need to know about today. If I had to change one thing about today, it would have been the intensity. The first half A couple of the main players just wasn't on the game. Today, Saka again constantly giving the ball away. We have to talk about the referee though. The referee at one point, Arsenal had 5 fouls and 4 yellow cards, and Watford had 16 fouls and just 2 yellows. And that has to be looked at. Of course, we know that there was a second red card for Kukuc and he got sent off. But before that, the officiating was absolutely bonkers, and I've just never seen anything like it. Statistically, you can see that it's just broken when referees come here. I think it was Keith Friend was the referee, just poor officiating. But I'm really happy with the result. It's 3 points. I'm sitting here now and I don't really care about the display because the team has been lights out for the last few games. And to keep that level of intensity up with such a young team, you are going to have a drop-off, guys. So I accept that, and we have to move on and grow from it. So listen, I'll speak to you guys later on. Hopefully we'll be able to do player ratings, and I'll catch up with you guys later. Come on, Arsenal.